Dean Morris is a Melville Senior High School student who created WACSSO, Give Our Strays a Chance, an award-winning organisation rescuing stray animals and raising donations for them. He worked hard, saved many lives and raised an incredible amount of donations. I'm going to be bawling by the end of all of this. Dean, true story, Dean liaises with businesses, rescues organisations and the community, bringing them together to make a real difference. Dean has won the RSPCA WA 2018 Youth Award and is the RSPCA WA Junior Ambassador. He is also the Channel 7 Young Achiever of the Year, finalist for Community Service and Volunteering. Saving puppies and kittens is not all that Dean is doing. Dean plays guitar and clarinet through Sims and his school's music program, as well as learning to fly with Melville Senior High School Aviation Specialist program. He is currently preparing to go over east after being chosen for the National Youth Science Forum in Canberra and Brisbane. I'm also feeling a little bit inadequate, but anyway, I can't wait till I'm a grown-up and get to achieve things.
Hi, my name is Dean Morris. I'm just turned 16 years old and I'm from Melville Senior High School and I'm in year 11. So I'm here to talk to you about my adventures, experiences and achievements. I have quite a few of those, so instead of talking really fast, I'll keep it brief and let you ask for more information at the end. A few years ago, my life changed when I rescued my dog Hooch from the country pound the day he was about to be euthanised. We saw the horrific conditions that the dogs were kept in. At the same time, I was in PAC, a gifted and talented program, where we're learning how to be a leader and how to make a difference. So I decided I will make a difference. I started WACSSO, Give Our Strays a Chance, an organisation to raise awareness of adopting and donating to animal organisations. The first time I approached my local shopping centre management to run an awareness day, they were quite surprised. You can probably imagine a 10-year-old kid coming into the shopping centre management asking to bring strays inside the shopping centre. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? Well, it ended up being an amazing event and became an annual event called WACSSO Day. Now shopping centres all across Perth contact me to run WACSSO Day on their premises. I liaise with businesses, organisations and the community. I have a drop-off point at Coles Forest Lakes. WACSSO has received an incredible media coverage. So far I've raised over $150,000 in supplies and $20,000 in cash donations. I have a huge network of people and businesses who work together to save the lives of animals, and I'm really proud of what I've achieved. I also raise donations for organisations, in particular vet bills, and I also attend many events such as UWA's Distress Day and also the Kelmscott Show. I won the RSPCA, or the first ever RSPCA WA 2018 Youth Award and became the RSPCA Junior Ambassador. This year I was a finalist for the Channel 7 Young Achiever Award in Community Service and Volunteering and also a semi-finalist in Leadership. If you'd like more information about WACSSO, please feel free to see me after this session. I'm part of the aviation program at Melville Senior High School, and part of the program, one of our assignments was to build a diorama, and mine was about the dam busters. So after the diorama or the assignment was finished, I was going to bring it home, but my mum said it didn't go with her decor. So I had to be creative. I went to the Aviation Heritage Museum and asked if they would like it, and straight away they said yes. I have to admit it was a pretty good diorama. So now it's on permanent display under the Lancaster bomber. My aviation teacher, who knows about my passion for aviation and space, told me about a program called Space Camp, which is week-long astronaut training for kids in Huntsville, Alabama, USA. I applied for the scholarship and received it based on academic and leadership achievements. It was an amazing experience. We experienced space tumbles, spacewalks, the moon's gravity, and we also had mock missions where I was the commander of mission control and also the commander of the ISS. It wasn't all fun and games, we did do some studying too. It wasn't rocket science. Wait, actually it was rocket science. We built and launched rockets too. I won the Leadership and Teamwork Award during Space Camp. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Being part of the aviation program at Melville Senior High School, it was only natural that I took part in the Australian Air Force Cadets. There I was awarded the Silver and Bronze Duke of Edinburgh Awards and became the Duke of Edinburgh Mentor for my squadron. The Duke of Edinburgh Award includes things like skills, leadership, fitness and adventure. This led to me getting the Most Outstanding Junior Cadet for 2018. Flight Experience Perth came to our school to talk to us about their scholarship, the Pilots of Tomorrow Scholarship by Flight Experience Perth and the Honourable Company of Air Pilots. It is a $15,000 scholarship for one student in each state with the highest aptitude to become a commercial pilot. I applied for the scholarship and I was chosen. The scholarship included flights in light aircraft. We actually did a vertical dive, which was absolutely amazing, but my mum wasn't too excited about that. I had 737 jet simulations, one-on-one mentorship with a commercial pilot, and so much more. Being part of the academic extension programs at school, our science teacher emailed us about the Little Big Idea competition. I have an invention book, notebook from when I was little, so it was finally time to release one of my inventions to the world. It was a hard toss between a robot that did my homework and the safe and sound socket, which I ended up choosing. The safe and sound socket is a safe electrical plug, and the competition organisers gave out a special media release for my invention. Last year I went on a month-long expedition to Mongolia through my school and World Challenge, where we volunteered to renovate a remote school. We taught local kids English. We lived with a nomadic family. And we also learned what it was like to travel with remote communities in such a sparsely populated part of the earth. We learnt a lot about the culture there, from food, traditions, customs, language, and so much more. And while we were staying there, it was actually the Nadam Festival, which includes wrestling, horse racing, and archery. And some of the horse wranglers there wanted to have a fun wrestle with us, but for some reason our teachers weren't too keen on that idea. We learnt a lot in Mongolia about leadership skills, teamwork, community awareness, and also an appreciation for what we have here in Australia. This year I went through the selection process for the NYSF, or National Youth Science Forum, and it's quite an intense selection process, and I was accepted. This means in January I will be going to either the University of Queensland in Brisbane or the National University of Canberra for a couple of weeks of science and networking. My local Rotary Club that I am a regular speaker at will be giving me a scholarship towards this, and also as a bonus I'll be having high tea with Governor Kim Beazley. I have so much to talk to him about. Choosing a high school was a pretty big decision for me. I went through many tests and assessments and got into quite a few schools, so my parents let me decide which one was best for me. I went to Melville Senior High School partly because of the aviation and music program, and I'd also be able to continue my lessons with guitar and clarinet through the instrumental program. I'd catch a bus, a train and another bus just to get to school and the same journey back home, and I wake up much earlier than any of the kids in my class, but it's definitely worth it. I'm so fortunate to have chosen to go to Melville Senior High School. We have some of the most amazing teachers at Melville. I nominated one of my favourite teachers, Mr. Barker. He just makes the classroom a fun place to be in while teaching us very effectively. And my nomination won, and he became the Department of Education's People Pick for 2017. There are many opportunities that Melbourne Senior High School gives us, and there's a lot of effort involved in applying for scholarships and awards, and there's many tests and assessments, but our school teachers and principal are always so supportive and encourage all of us to take part. I have many more experiences and so much more I could talk about for each and every one of them, but for that you would have to invite me for a few-hour talk. The one thing I can say is that throughout this journey I've received invaluable direction, support and encouragement from my principal, school and teachers. I'm so grateful to have such a great education system here in Australia. Thank you.